All right, let's do some lucky dipping. Nice mug, Sam. Ben is never prepared. G'day, everybody. Thursday night we do Lucky Dip. We dip into a bowl of movie titles, pluck them out at random, see where the conversation takes us. We are from the Good Movie Monday podcast. That is on a Monday. Go back and check it out. It's on all of the platforms, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts from. Joined by Ben Helwig, Samantha Howson. How are you two?
Thank you.
Good. Very good.
That is good. Samantha, take the lead. Pluck a title. Have you topped up?
How many have you got left in there?
Yeah.
You've got like 2.
I topped up a couple, but not that many because I don't like to put too many in there because I forget what I put in there.
That's the point.
I know, but I'm bad at remembering.
You don't want to come prepared for this thing. Like
I do because I can't remember the people and the directors and the endings, beginnings.
There you go. There's a movie I haven't seen.
I've never even heard of it.
No, really? Neither have I.
No.
Yay! I can.
So you can do all the talking.
I'm glad you did the frustrated, like the shocked. Really?
Yeah. What? Well, this movie, I really love this movie. I've seen it a few times. It's. I can't remember the director's name, which is why I like to be prepared for these things.
Drake Dormus.
Thank you. And he's done a few films where he's got the characters, but the actors actually improvise basically all the dialogue. There's only a few set things that they have to talk about to follow the story. But
he's a Christopher Guest type.
Yeah.
I know. I'm looking at him. I do know his other films. I just don't know this one.
Yeah, this one was 2019, so it kind of came out probably at an awkward time. But it was on Netflix, and I saw it on there, and it has Sebastian Stan, Jamie Dornan, and I forgot what's her name? You've got it there, do you? Shailene Woodley, thank you. And it's a really brilliant movie. I didn't realize that they.
Sorry. There's that ding.
It's a romance. Like she's early 30s, and she breaks up with a longtime boyfriend and says that she's not going to date anyone. She moves in with her sister, and then she finally she meets these two guys, and and
they had a 3-way.
She gets into a relationship.
That proves that he actually made a movie about you, Ben. It's called Douchebag.
Yes,
Sam. That's a good one. I have not seen that, and that sort of previous conversation that we had about us having not necessarily seen all the movies. We'll definitely add that to the list. Maybe Ben and I can talk about this one at a later point.
Yeah, I liked it.
Awesome, Ben. Would you like to go ahead and carry it? I don't even know what I was going to say then.
Really is a lucky dip.
I think it's my favorite part of the week.
And the best thing about this honey mustard is that it expired in 2018.
It's probably still good.
That doesn't mean you can't eat it.
I just opened that up and.
Was it expired or best before?
Yeah, it doesn't. It just has a best before.
There you go. You can eat that, mate.
Does mustard go off? I wonder.
Not really. It gets like that liquid on top if you don't shake it.
Oh.
Red Sun.
Oh. Only the greatest Charles Bronson / Toshiro Mifune Western ever made.
I know the poster for this, but
other Charles Bronson Toshiro.
I have never seen this unless it has a different name, but I know the poster.
And Alain Delon.
Yes.
Like Charles. It's a great movie. Basically, Charles Bronson and his gang, and his gang includes his second fiddle, which is Alain Delon, rob a train that is carrying the Japanese ambassador who is there to present a like ancient samurai sword to the president of the United States. And Charles Bronson robs the train with his gang, and then
it's a dingy buzzy kind of episode, mate.
Steals the sword, and but then they betray Charles Bronson and leave him to the tender mercies of the train people, and they take off with all the money and the samurai sword. So Toshiro Mifune decides that he is honor bound to go after it and track down Alain Delon, and Charles Bronson convinces him that the only way he'll ever find him is if he takes him with him and not hang him. So they and then he spends the whole movie trying to escape Toshiro Mifune, but Toshiro Mifune is deceptively deceptively good at everything, and it stops him.
This movie has two James Bond connections.
Does it now?
Can you pick them? So it's directed by Terrence Young, who made the first string of James Bond movies, and Ursula Andress is in it.
That's right. She plays a prostitute that's in love with Alain Delon's character, even though he mistreats her something fierce. Excellent film. Definitely worth checking out. Usually play from time to time. Apparently, I think there is I can't remember if it's Red Sun, but I think it's been cut. The local release is cut because there is some horrific. I think somebody gets thrown into a campfire, and the burning scenes are quite full on. I think it's Red Sun that happens in. I didn't realize. No, it's Chateau's Land. It's another Charles Bond. Chateau's Land, because they're Indians. They burn one of the Indians, and it's quite horrific.
Oh gosh!
All right, here we go. Next one.
Always.
That Mel Gibson movie.
No, Steven Spielberg, Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss is playing the Mel Gibson. Yeah.
What were you thinking of? Forever Young?
Yeah, Forever Young. Yeah.
No. Oh, look, it's one of the least popular Steven Spielberg movies, but I have a real soft spot for it. Not only because I'm a Spielberg fan, but I think it's just such a lovely, romantic, heartbreaking film.
I just thought the problem I had with it, from memory, was that the Richard Dreyfuss character is a bit of an asshole.
He's a huge asshole.
Yeah.
But he's also very. It's almost like Richard Dreyfuss plays himself, if you actually think about it, and if you've seen him, off camera. But he's very charming in it, though. Like, there's something about his character that's very likable. He starts off as a dick, but you feel for him so much because he plays a fireman that drops all that red shit on forest fires.
Yeah, he's like a pilot. He's the pilot for the fighter.
And he dies, and his wife is played by Holly Hunter. Is it Holly Hunter? I think it is. And so when he comes back, he doesn't at first realize he's dead. And then when he does, he's trying desperately to communicate with her to say that he loves her, blah, blah, blah. And the only way he's able to pass over to heaven is to help her find a new love, which is heartbreaking to him. Like, he can't bear to watch her fall in love with somebody else. And he kind of has to help guide that happen. And it's heartbreaking because, like, you put yourself in his shoes and you watch this guy try to crack onto his wife, and he's feeling it really deep. He's like, he can't stand to look at it, and only until he realizes desperately that he can't move on unless he lets it happen. It's a really gut wrenching kind of film, but it's lovely. John Goodman's in there, and he's really good in it.
He's Audrey Hepburn. Yes,
she plays the ghost that tells him what he has to do in order to move on.
She does.
That's Catherine Hepburn.
Yeah,
I did that mistake last time we spoke about them.
Audrey Hepburn, is it?
Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Catherine. Yeah, I thought it was Catherine.
Do you remember once you mentioned Audrey Hepburn and I did the accent?
Yeah.
I'm glad that we've both fucked that up.
I ride my bicycle. I love it. That's one of my favorite parts in Friday the 13th, when she's in the bathroom putting she does the Catherine Hepburn impression, like the I ride my bicycle around.
I thought you were gonna say when Catherine Hepburn was in Friday the 13th. That's why I laughed. But Always is a beautiful, beautiful film.
She was the actress in the Jason costume.
That's right. That came out of the lake.
It came out of the lake.
Yeah, beautiful film, and it's a remake of a film called A Guy Named Joe, which is it's a great film on its own. But I do think this is a really nice remake. It's different enough to sort of stand alone.
Has a lot of people in it.
An American one, or is it like
What's that?
Is the guy named Joe?
Yeah, well, I reckon it's an American.
It's an American movie.
Who was in that?
Gary Cooper, Spencer Tracy, and Irene Dunne.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, John Goodman's fantastic in this as the best mate. Has some really funny moments. Has some really tender moments. You've got your computers there. Who's the guy that plays the new love interest? The young hotshot.
Is it Brad Johnson?
That sounds about right.
Brad Johnson. Ted Baker.
What were you going to say, Ben?
I thought is it Rick Rosovich, but I think he's in Roxanne. He's the
No, he's in Roxanne.
No, Rick Rosovich is definitely in.
Yeah, well, that's the love interest. Then let me bring it up here. No. It is Brad Johnson.
Yeah, Brad Johnson, who I don't know who Brad Johnson.
I think. Where's a young photo of him?
Who's Brad Johnson?
Yeah, it's Brad Johnson.
He's made some.
I know the guy you're talking about though.
He's made a Kirk Cameron Rapture movie, which is great.
Is that Left Behind?
Yeah. I love me a good Rapture movie.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the Rapture.
I know it's great for like film. Like it lends itself to cinema very nicely. It's just it's never done well.
I think The Happening would have been a much better film had it been the Rapture rather than just mass suicides, or the suicides had been. That's how they're leaving for the Rapture.
That's like in what's that movie with Seth Rogen?
Yeah, this is the end, or
this is the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, so I love that film. Don't jerk off to mate. Jerk off on you. Such a good bit. And Channing Tatum as the dog. So good.
Heartbreaking is that they would not be able to make that movie anymore. Like,
oh no way.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't that long ago. Like that we were at cinemas laughing our asses off at this stuff, and it's come. Whether you think it's come so far or gone backwards so far, like we can't tell those stories anymore.
Yeah.
It's always been like that, though. You're like, if you think back to Australian television, like Number 96 and stuff, like
Kingswood Country.
Yeah, we can't make those shows. Well, Kingswood Country was racist. Like, that's not a. There's no question in that. Like the movie, the line that is repeated over and over again in that film is "bloody wog" in that.
Oh, really?
And don't forget, this is actually a line. Nigel the Abbo in the front.
Yeah,
he had a garden gnome that was an Aboriginal.
Oh,
yeah, it's his good luck charm. It was Nigel the Abbo.
What era was this?
80s.
70s?
Early 80s.
Early 80s. Yeah. Starring Triple R's Lex Manaros. But whereas Number 96 is just like lots of sex and nudity.
Mm.
And I must say though,
we've completely gone backwards with that stuff.
I must say though, Kingswood Country definitely racist. Agree with you 100%. But at the same time, once again, the joke was on the Aussie, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. He's an idiot. Yeah,
and these characters that he was, being inappropriate towards were the ones that would show him to be the idiot.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's like with Paul Hogan, right? Yeah. Like a lot of the stuff that he did, it was meant to make fun of him, not sexualize the women or whatever.
Yeah, I know, definitely was to sexualize the women, but he was also an idiot.
Do you remember when he was at the beach and the white pointers came out? When you're at the beach, you got to watch out for the white pointers, and then the chick takes off her top.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
It's called larrikinism. It doesn't really exist anymore. But
I don't think it exists in real life anymore.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, like not just in film and TV, but yeah, that type of Australian doesn't exist anymore. Like that Australian
stamped out.
Yeah.
But once again,
doesn't exist.
Once again, I just think before a lot of people knee jerk to, well, that's racist. It's like, yeah, but contextualize it and look at what's happening to that central character who is the racist. It's like they're the dickheads here.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got onto that from Always to fucking
Yeah, I know.
Ted Bullpit. Well, that'll do. That's enough. I'm done. All right. Well, Sam, we're going to see you on next week's Lucky Dip. Can't wait.
Yeah.
All
I watched Always. I'm really interested in that, so I'll watch that for sure.
Awesome. All right. Catch you next week.
Bye.